Today I want to talk about quality score, why it's important, why you need it, why you should get it. So quality score is a score you can find under your status if your campaign isn't paused or removed. And it's based on three factors. It's based on click-through rate, which is your clicks divided by impressions, in comparison to other people. It's based on does your search query appear twice within your ad text. Your search query is the thing people type into Google that you have to try to trigger the correct ones with your keywords. Does the search query appear twice within the ad text? And the final answer is does how is your landing page? Like how fast is it? How effective is it? Like I'll give an example. Like mine is perfect SEO websites, right? And there's different tests you can run. Like not only does the keyword density matter, like you can first do a keyword density test where you kind of copy the whole thing and you do keyword density checker. And just pick one off the list, there's a million of them. And you can check to see what your thing is. You want to find out what the word page is about. The page should optimally be about whatever kind of queries you're trying to get. And you get your queries, obviously, by trying to use the match types effectively. So when you put a density on here, it's going to break it down by what type. So it actually, a lot of these will do URLs as well. So let's say I do my perfect SEO websites. I go on to this one here, and I plug in the domain. And I hit all terms. I hit check. Poof. Let me get rid of all of that for a second. Check. And this thing will hopefully, it wants CAPTCHA. Let me try to find a better one. This one seems to suck. Alright, let me try this one. Oh, fuck, this is the same one. Alright, I think it was loading. Let me just give it a minute, see what it will do. This is really not working. That's not pretty cool. Yeah, this thing sucks. Whoever made that is, I hope they burn in heck. Is this the same one again? Damn it. They really are good at the SEO, but holy cow, their fucking tool sucks. Alright, let's try this one. And then 79. This is just a random one, obviously, but this will tell you what the page is about. So, like, if someone's typing SEO website, it would be perfect. If someone types in website products, very perfect. If it's SEO website products, perfect. Paid SEO website, paid SEO, blah blah blah. So, like, it shows the density of what the thing is. This thing is about SEO, website, cart, person, help, consulting. Basically, each word is broken up by how much it's used, which is good. The next thing we need to do is we do a page speed insight test. And test the speed of the page itself. Now this is a WordPress website, so it's probably going to, the best case scenario, going to get yellow. It's going to get a warning, but not a fail, most likely. For both mobile and for PC. Well, we'll see. Because the biggest one they tend to run into is the render blocking. And then the server response time goes up and down. Like right now it's a 2-second response time, which is bad. But, and there's only 1 second for the other one. That's weird. But yeah, so like the optimization is varied just because of the response time. I'm gonna try to do this a second time. Damn you, come on. Oh, it's just gonna reload. Alrighty then. So yeah, so they basically, it is, the response time matters as well. Like I would do great for mobile, but I'd probably get reduced landing page quality for mobile as it seems at the moment. The next thing you want to do is you want to do a mobile friendly test. It's also going to test for things like, does your site have an SSL? It's going to test for various SEO principles as well, though it's definitely mitigated. It's not as... Landing page is only a third of your score. Keep that in mind. There's a lot of work that can go into it. Most people choose to focus on like click-through rate and ad relevance just because they're easier. It's easier to do click-through rate and ad relevance. So let me load this page and see what it says. If it ever loads. Oh yeah, there it is. Yep, so it's mobile friendly. So the thing about quality score is all the quality scores go together and then you face off for ad rank. So let's pick a term off of here. Let's go for a keyword and let's pick a keyword match type. So I want to do best place to buy a website, right? Poof. And these are people who are looking for pre-existing websites. So if you go into here, you're going to find out that this person is the highest ad rank. So the way quality scores rate is you're going in order for the ad rank. So your ad rank, let's say you have an ad rank, you're spending a maximum CPC bid of $5. Now so your score before you times by quality score is 500. If you take 500 and you times it by quality score, let's say you have a 7 out of 10. Let's say you have a 5 out of 10. So your quality score is half of what it can be. 500 times 5 would be your ad rank, which is 2,500. Now, if your ad rank is 2,500, or depending on how you want to go about it, like let's say your competitor has a quality score of 6, and they put that same $5 bid. Their score is 3,000. Now, they don't need to beat you by much. If they can beat you by 1 point, you'd be fine. So they could bid $4.50 versus, and they would still be above you, despite the fact they're paying less. And they could do $4.30, and it would still be above you. Let's try $4.25, and they are still above you with that 1 point in quality score higher. So it's definitely worthwhile to do it. Now, let me dive in with a little more info as well. So your quality score is, obviously, it saves you money to have a higher quality score. You obviously show up higher on the page because it's easier to get the higher ad rank despite the cost. So like on here, this guy is the highest ad rank. He is beating the guy below him by one single ad rank point, who's beating the guy below him by one single ad rank point, so on and so forth. Now on every page, there are 6 to 10 there are 6 to 8 ads on a page typically. Now mine are extended to 100 pages or 100 results per page, but typically you will have 10 results. You will have on the top you'll have 3 to 4 ads, and on the bottom you'll have 3 to 4 ads for a search campaign. And if it's a shopping product, you'll have shopping ads show up here too. You'll have like knowledge panels and shit show up as well. But there's usually anywhere from 6 to 8 spots on the first page, and you have to try to get one of those spots. If you're not on the first page, you're not there. If you're not at the top of the first page, most people won't see you. So the problem is, like, there's probably 4 people on this page all the way at the bottom, and I'm not even gonna see because their quality scores are shit. You not only have to match the bid these days, but you actually have to match the quality score too. Like, who the hell is gonna go all the way down here to look at these? Like Yahoo, good luck. Fiverr, you bid it too low. Your quality score is too low. Like getstarted.web.com/website design, good luck. Like, no one's gonna go down there. So the fact of the matter is, you need to have a high quality score because it is just economical, and you literally, to compete, your quality score has to be high. You want to at least be a 6 or a 7. If you can be a 10. Because if you, let's say you're spending $2 and you have a quality score of 10, so 200 times 10 is a 2,000 point ad rank score. Versus if someone else, let's say someone else has a quality score of 2, and they just want to throw money at it, and they put $20 in there. So they're doing $20. So they're doing let's say they're doing so you're doing $2. They're gonna do $10 times the quality score of 2. So it is very like 20,000. So I put, what is it, 10 0 0. So $10 times 2 is 2,000. Because they have a quality score of 2 and they spend $10. But if you put 200 times 10, which is $2 and a 10 quality score, you're at the same rank as they are, and you're paying a fifth of their cost. Like, they can't stay in business if you're undercutting them like this. So it's essential to have a high quality score. Obviously, there are a few tips to getting a high quality score. I'll give you some CTR tips first. So the CTR tips for this is, number 1, you want to make sure you're on the right networks. Like, I usually prefer for search campaigns, search network, unless I'm dealing with old people. Then I want to be on search partners. But you don't usually want to be on display network because it's branding network. At least not for search campaigns. You want people who are actually going to search and look around because the expected click-through rate is much higher in the search than the display. Now, rotation. Let's go down to here, and I'm going to look at what's called an ad rotation. So ad rotation is, you probably want to do optimize best performing ads. This is by CTR. So click-through rate optimization, or if you have conversion tracking, that is a good one as well. But you have to have conversion tracking. You can rotate evenly as well, but that will hurt you because it won't have. So what Optimize does, it takes your ads and it tries to rotate them to find them when people click the most. It's recommended to have at least 3 ads per ad group. So every ad group should have at least 3 ads. And then there's other tips you can do as well. This would be an example. This is called keyword insertion. What it does is it inserts their search query into your line of text, and it puts a default in case it's longer than 30 characters. So I could say splooge, and whatever. If it is below, if it's beyond 30 characters, mine would show up. So it's incredibly useful. Another thing to add is extensions. Adding extensions to the bottom of your keyword adds more clickability, adds more ability to have things show up. Like you probably want site links, at least 4. You want callouts, at least 2. Call extension 1. You probably want structured snippets, which is a service list. You want a price list with clickable. And much more. You can have a location extension to like link out where you're at, like where people can go to reach you, to your Google My Business page, and so much more. There's even freaking promotions and stuff too. So it is incredibly viable, incredibly useful. So obviously, if you've done all those, your advertisements maxed up. You have 3 different of these. You are on the right networks. You have location parsing, so you're not showing up in other countries. Then you're going to have a very strong advantage. If you set your locations the right spot, you set your schedule for when someone can pick up the phone, you're going to have a pretty good click-through rate. Now, the average rate for an average campaign is about 1%, and you want to have at least a few percent higher because you want to be above average. There's different ratings you can get. You can get below average, above average, or average for everything. So above average means you get full points on something. Below average means you get half points. You can always check this here once your ad campaign is active. We'll tell you in this area where it says quality score. But right now there's no impressions on my campaigns. I can't actually see it. But expected click-through rate, ad relevance, and landing page experience. The 3-point is a 3 different qualification system, and when you max all of them out, you're good. So that is essentially quality score, why you need it, what you can do to improve it, and just kind of a good dive into it. Try back later, and I'll probably put another video up with something else. Talk to you soon.